Salutations, baseball fans, and welcome into another edition of Hustlin' Rebel Baseball here on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's a beautiful Saturday, and it's Game 2 of a non-conference 3-game series between the visiting Panthers of Milwaukee and your UNLV Hustlin' Rebels. My name's Drew Neverett. Thanks so much for joining me. I have an exciting one on tap today. Pitching matchup for you. Earl E takes the hill for Milwaukee, but for your Hustlin' Rebels, it's Carson Lane, a very familiar name if you've been around this UNLV baseball program. Carson comes into this one, the 1-3 record, a 9.27 ERA, hoping to put together a solid performance, a quality start to get things going and take this series 2 games out of 3 at the very least. Do so against the Milwaukee Panthers lineup. Milwaukee 15-28 on the year, 10-8 in the Horizon League, good for second in that conference. Sean Wegner, the head coach for Milwaukee, trots out the following lineup to try to get some offense going after last night's 14-4 loss against UNLV. Leading it off, Grant Ross, the third baseman, leading it off. Charlie Marion behind him, batting second, playing in right field. The 3-hole hitter is Dylan O'Connell, occupying center field. Behind him, batting cleanup, Dominic Kibler. He's playing catcher today after DHing just a night ago. Braden Horn, the left fielder, batting fifth, playing left field, Joey Spence. First baseman hitting sixth, and the 7, 8, and 9 batters. Connor Bozak, the designated hitter. Tate Schmidt playing second base, batting eighth. And Christian Holmes slotted down into the 9-hole, playing shortstop. UNLV looking to pick up win number 26 on the season. An excellent job last night in the late frames. We had a back-and-forth contest. It was 4-4 through 7 innings, through 6.5, beg your pardon, and then the UNLV really flipped the offensive switch against the bullpen of Milwaukee. They got 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, followed by a 7 spot to win a Mercy Rule shortened victory, 14-4. First pitch, we are underway, and it's a called strike for Carson Lane here at 6:06 local time in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Carson Lane getting things started against Grant Ross, 261 hitter. In the leadoff spot, he takes called strike at the knees. Quickly, Carson is ahead, 0-2. Carson making his 11th start of the year. He's first out recorded will make him 45 innings pitched even on the 2026 season. Here's the 0-2. Ross takes low. Carson's had a bit of a rocky start. He was penciled in as the Friday night starter for most of this season. Hit a couple of roadblocks and now finds himself as the every Saturday starter, game 2 of the series. Throws this slider. Missing high in the count, even 2-2 to Grant Ross, the Panther third baseman. Grant Ross 0 for 2 last night with a pair of walks. Not too much offensive production to speak of for Milwaukee. 4 hits in total and only 2 Panther batters made up those 4 hits. Another foul ball from Ross as he stays alive. Carson Lane, a true 3-pitch mix primarily. A fastball is his go-to pitch, sits between 92 and 95 on any given day. Throws a hard biting slider to righties as well as a changeup he likes to mix in. Here's the 2-2, that one hit hard on a line into left field. 2 hops off the wall as Jack Salmon gives chase. Gavin Ross rounds first. He's safely aboard second base. That's a leadoff double for the Milwaukee third baseman to get things going for his side.
Batting second, number 22.
Line the Rebel defense for you. Jack Salmon, the left fielder, giving chase to that ball. Reggie Bussey in center. Nin Burns, the second, occupying right field. Infield left to right, Gunnar Myro at third, Cooper Sheff at shortstop with Marcos Rosales at second base. And J-Rod, Johnny Rodriguez over at first. Gavin Taylor doing the catching once again for the second straight night here at home. First pitch from Carson Lane on the way to Charlie Marion. It's in the dirt for a ball. Charlie Marion, a 271 hitter, 6 homers. Tied for second on the Milwaukee team this season. Team that doesn't utilize too much power, but man, do they possess some speed. Just shy of 100 stolen bases successful for Milwaukee as a team this year, highlighted by the man standing in the on-deck circle, Dylan O'Connell. He's top 10 in NCAA in stolen bases, 34 successful swiped bags. Charlie Marion digs back in to the left-handed batter's box, and he awaits the 1-1 from Lane. Swung on and missed. That's that changeup from Carson. Picks a great time to utilize it as Marion swings right over it, 1-2. Charlie Marion, 2 hits last night in 3 tries, scored one of the 4 Panther runs. Marion, half of the team's hits a night ago. Runner takes off for third. Taylor the throw from his knees, and it's in time. Beautifully executed throw over to third base by Gavin Taylor. And that's why he's behind the dish today, folks. Got an excellent arm. We've talked so much this season about his defensive acumen. That's a beautifully tossed ball over to third. Caught stealing is Grant Ross, now 13 successful on 16 attempts this year. Here's the 2-2 from Lane. Slider tails just a bit inside, and the count runs full to Charlie Marion. It's a very big timeout after putting the leadoff man on. Here's the payoff. Just misses outside on the fastball. Marion works a deep at-bat and is rewarded with a 1-out base on balls.
The center fielder, number 2, Dylan O'Connell.
Brings up Dylan O'Connell. Center fielder, offensive leader in so many categories for this Panthers club. Batting average, hits, doubles, homers, slugging percentage. And as previously mentioned, one of the best stolen base threats in the country. Takes a fastball outside corner, called for strike 1. O'Connell was stifled relatively, 0 for 2 last night, scored a run and drove in one of the 4 Panther runs via a sac fly late in the game. Modest lead over at first from Marion, and Lane misses low with the ball. Carson Lane, a difficult outing up north against UNR. 6 earned runs his last time out on April 25th. This one's chopped foul as O'Connell a bit early on that slider, stays alive, but the count runs 1-2. For Carson, the base on balls has been a bit of an issue, but he's been very consistent with it. Between 2 and 3 walks in every start but 1 so far. 9 out of 10 starts for Lane. O'Connell waggles the bat and awaits the 1-2. Offers and fouls it off. That one clears the seats on the first base side. O'Connell digs back in. Much larger lead from Marion over at first this time. Big secondary as well. Another foul ball chopped by O'Connell. Looks like he hit that one off his ankle. He wears that one and stays alive in the count. Standard defense from the infield outside of the middle infield, pinched in a little bit. Still just 1 out and looking for that double play ball. Parker Dilloff, last night's starter, an excellent outing. He was able to induce a clutch double play in the 2nd inning after walking the leadoff man. That's a real focal point for the defense for the Hustlin' Rebels this year, as they do in fact allow that leadoff man on, which has happened quite a bit. Looking for some sort of hard contact to an infielder. If you're a regular with us here, tuning into these broadcasts, you might have noticed no Drew Berrigan in the lineup. We talk so much about him as one of the best offensive players in all of NCAA baseball, and he's got the day off today on Saturday. 1-2 pitch from Lane, just above the letters. That's ball 2. Berrigan was on an incredible streak of 43 straight games played, 43 straight games reaching base as a Hustlin' Rebel. This one slips and misses way high. It's a wild pitch from Carson Lane, and Charlie Marion will waltz over to second base standing up. He loads the count 3-2 as well. Looking to avoid walking back-to-back Panthers. O'Connell, the Panther center fielder, awaits the full count pitch. Here it is from Carson Lane. Shallow fly ball to right center field. Giving chase is Rosales. Battles the sun, but he will make the grab. Out in shallow right center. Squeezes the glove for out number 2.
Stepping to the plate, the catcher, number 27.
Brings up the catcher in tonight's game from Milwaukee, Dominic Kibler. Kibler, the left-hander, batted cleanup last night. He was 0 for 2. He walked, he was hit by a pitch, he stole a base, did a bit of everything while filling the DH role for Sean Wegner's team. Looking to drive in a run or at least work the count, pitch count of Carson Lane, already at 22 with that first pitch missing. This is just the 4th batter he's faced thus far. Both Charlie Marion and Dylan O'Connell really battled a bunch of foul balls and were able to work long at-bats against Carson. Out of the stretch, Lane can't get that off-speed pitch to drop to fall in. It's a pattern from him this year. It's great in theory to go up and try to challenge a batter when they're looking for that fastball and mess them up with the timing, but you need that slider sweeper to kind of snap down into the zone. Misses up high again in that same location, and it's 3-0 to Kibler. First base is open as Charlie Marion occupies second. Again, not the end of the world. If you walk him here, the force would still be alive at any base. 3-0 fastball called for strike 1. Carson Lane. Out of the stretch, it's a 3-1 to Kibler. Misses once again high. All 4 balls in that walk, missing above the zone to Dominic Kibler. Kibler, no giant either. He stands at 5'8" from the left side of the plate. A short, stocky type of guy, and smaller zone. Clearly evidence there. Carson Lane trying to extend a bit, but left all 4 pitches high in the zone. Prompts the pitching coach, Jeff Opalewski, to exit the dugout and have a word with his starter. Carson, the junior out of Huntington Beach, California. It's his 3rd year in a row donning the scarlet and gray, and man, it was quite the campaign for Carson Lane a season ago. Made 15 starts, 78 2/3 innings pitched, a 4.23 ERA, 6 wins, 4 losses. He was spectacular. He was first team All Mountain West. Pretty much not debatable that he was one of, if not the top starting pitching option in the Mountain West in 2025. Hasn't quite found that same level of success, but he still possesses the tools. Pitching coach Jeff Opalewski and most folks you talk to around the building still share that sentiment. The mound visit breaks. Carson Lane delivers a first pitch fastball on the outside corner to Braden Horn, tonight's left fielder for Milwaukee. 0 for 3 last night. Started with a walk and then 3 straight strikeouts. Plenty of early inning strikeouts for Milwaukee batters. It was a vintage performance by Parker Dilloff. Went 6 innings, just the 1 earned run allowed, and 11 Ks for the 3rd time in 2026. Parker Dilloff racked up double-digit strikeouts. Carson Lane looking to get some of that success in the K department. As he misses inside with the slider, 2-1. Marion still on second. Kibler on first base with Braden Horn looking to get the offensive action started early for Milwaukee. Lane misses up high again, causing Taylor to get out of his squat. 3-1 to Braden Horn. Horn an 882 OPS, a very solid hitter in this Milwaukee lineup. Didn't quite showcase it last night, struggled against the power lefty. Offers at the 3-1, fouls it off to the backstop. With the count full, any type of hit, a dangerous proposition for UNLV. As both runners should be taking off with the pitch. Full count and 2 outs. Braden Horn looking for RBI 27 on the season for him. Full count delivery on the way. Fouled off once again. Yet another full count in the top of this first inning that Carson Lane's had to battle through, and the foul balls have continued. Carson well over 30 pitches. Still looking to get that elusive 3rd out in the top of the first. Infield gets back to their positions. They're ready. Runners take off. And again, it's a foul ball from Braden Horn. We've talked a bit about Milwaukee and their small ball style of play there. Get them on, get them over, get them in type of style. Just shy of 100 total stolen bases this year. They're looking to get some offense going early. Another full count pitch, swung on and missed. Carson Lane challenges Horn with the fastball and gets him swinging. And that'll retire the side. Carson Lane strands 2, allows no runs on 1 hit with no errors. Leaves the 2 men on base. Heading into the bottom of the first inning, still scoreless from Las Vegas. We're set to go in the home half of the first inning. And it'll be Eric Emke doing the pitching for Milwaukee to start things off. The right-hander wearing number 14, stands 6 foot tall. He's a senior out of Waterloo, Indiana. He's making his 10th start of the season in 2026. sporting a 2-5 record, a 6.4 ERA. Emke really known as a guy who is a strike thrower. Just 15 walks in those 45 innings. That's a walk every 3 innings for my math folks out there. And at this level in college and in the Horizon League, that's a great number to have. Just 27 strikeouts as well, so not a massive pitcher in terms of the put-away stuff, in terms of his stature, but it's a guy who's great at throwing strikes. We'll start off his outing against Reggie Bussey, the Rebel center fielder. Reggie was 1 for 3 last night, scored twice, drove in a run. Reggie constantly looking to bunt. Had a bunt popped up a night ago, and he offers it the first pitch. It's fouled off towards the left side. It's Braden Horn giving chase, but he watches it fall into his team's bullpen on the left field side. The rest of the Rebel lineup behind Bussey is Marcos Rosales, the second baseman. The 3 spot occupied by Johnny Rodriguez over at first. Aiden Garcia, the cleanup man, doing the DHing duties tonight. In Burns, the second, bats 5th and plays right field. Jack Salmon, your left fielder, hits 6th. Cooper Sheff batting 7th. He's playing shortstop tonight. Gavin Taylor, the catcher who hit 9th last night, gets bumped up a spot to the 8-hole, and Gunnar Myro makes his series debut, batting 9th and playing third base. 1-1 pitch to Bussey, misses high. Emke behind 2-1. Bussey, a .284 hitter this year, but a .375 hitter when he leads off an inning. Obviously, usually the leadoff man, so has a lot of opportunities to lead off innings. As he fouls this one off, it's 2-2. Eight extra base hits this year for Bussey out of 31 total. 6 doubles, a triple, and 1 homer. Bussey, the left-hander, waits with the bat on his shoulder for the 2-2. Chops this one, rolls over to first base. Making the play is Joey Spence, takes it to the bag himself. And that's 3 unassisted to retire Reggie Bussey. Joey Spence caught last night. He's playing first base for Milwaukee after making that play. Tate Schmidt occupies the second base position. His double play partner is Christian Holmes, the shortstop. Grant Ross mans the hot corner at third with Dominic Kibler, last night's DH, playing catcher tonight. In the Milwaukee outfield, Charlie Marion in right, Dylan O'Connell in center, and Braden Horn out in left. After the ground out, it's Marcos Rosales. He swing happy, offers at the first one, fouls it off behind home plate. Marcos, a .1056 OPS this year, just remarkably consistent. Extra base hits galore. He's got 18, which leads the team. Good eye as he takes the 0-1 in the dirt. Count even to Marcos. Marcos, the only Rebel not to record a hit in last night's thwomping of the Panthers. He was 0-2. Did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly in that 8th inning in which the Rebels played at 7. He also walked in the 5th, walked in the 7th, and scored in both of those innings. He awaits the 2-2 from Emke. Just couldn't quite clip that inside corner for Emke, and it's 3-1 now to Marcos. Dusts him off, misses again with the fastball inside. So after fouling off the first pitch, Rosales watches 4 consecutive balls and finds himself aboard first base with a free pass. 1 gone, 1 on, and it's Johnny Rodriguez stepping up to the plate. The big lefty gets his opportunity to bat in the 3-hole. A real serious run production spot in the lineup for Johnny, the .269 hitter. 39 RBIs this year, looking for ribby number 40. with his second baseman, Marcos Rosales, on first ahead of him. J-Rod, 2 for 5 last night. One of 5 Hustlin' Rebels with exactly 2 hits. This one offered at and fouled off, count even 1-1. 7 homers for Johnny. Puts him third on the team. Both Rosales, the usual 3-hole hitter Drew Berrigan, have 9, tied for the team lead. Johnny's a .255 hitter with runners on, looking to skyrocket that average as he grounds this one foul over to his teammates on the front step of the first base dugout. Johnny's got 46 hits, 171 at-bats this year. 50 strikeouts, that's been the number he's trying to keep down. It leads the team currently the most strikeouts on the offensive end. This one lined out to center. Dylan O'Connell has a beat on it, makes the catch while retreating towards the warning track. He'll make that catch. And that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. Stepping into the box now, Aiden Garcia. Sometimes a catcher. Tonight he's the DH. Looking for an opportunity to get things going early for the Hustlin' Rebels offense. Aiden Garcia did just that a night ago in the 5th inning. Back was against the wall. UNLV was trailing at the time, and he flicked a little single into right field with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Drove in both Gavin Taylor and Marcos Rosales. What would be pretty pivotal runs in the middle innings of that one. Here's the 1-0 from Emke. That's a slider, and it's low. Garcia's watched 2 straight for balls. Garcia, a .321 hitter, but the .416 on-base percentage really stands out. 21 walks for him this year. Extremely patient and a great approach. Tough take on the outside corner. Doesn't get the call, and it's 3-0 to Garcia. Interesting with a infield shift now. That's Grant Ross, the third baseman, coming over, essentially playing directly behind the second base bag. Definite frame attempt there from Dominic Kibler, the catcher. No luck there, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Aiden Garcia. Make it 22 walks, and now the runner's going. Unbelievable. Rosales was taking off with the walk. They threw the ball. Rosales was advancing to third. The throw got away from the pitcher. So the pitcher with an errant throw, and on a base on balls, Aiden Garcia finds his way to second, and Marcos Rosales scores from first base. It's just something you never see, and it's a heads-up play by the UNLV base runners. The ball was never dead. Scored a throwing error. Gets Garcia over to second base and scores the game's first run in the form of Marcos Rosales. So still no hits yet for the Rebels, but they're on the board, and it's 1-0. Interesting sequence of events with 2 outs, gives the Rebels the lead and brings up Nin Burns the second, who takes down the middle for strike 1. So pretty wild stuff, but you always want to keep your opponent guessing on their toes, and it's exactly what happened there. It was a bit of a panic from the Panthers defense, not used to seeing that type of base running take place, where the lead runner catches him off guard. 1-1 on the way to Burns. Drifts inside on the curveball from Emke, and that's ball 2. Nin Burns, 2 hits as well last night in 5 tries, drove in 2 runs. Consecutive RBI singles in the 7th and 8th innings. Goes back to the slider, goes back to the inside part of the plate, but once again, Emke can't clip the inside. It's 3-1. Checking on the runner at second, the 3-1. Burns gets underneath it and lofts it out to left field. Ends up being a sky-high can of corn for Horn, who ends up parking underneath it, squeezing the glove to make the catch. So one run will score on that funky base running play for UNLV. No hits, an error, and a runner left. We're through the first inning here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium with the Hustlin' Rebels on top of the Panthers 1-0. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page is brought to you by your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers. With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and powerful engines, Chevy Silverado, Colorado, and Tahoe have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Southern Nevada Chevy dealer today. It's the top of the second coming up. UNLV plated a run in a very unorthodox way. Still no hits. It was Marcos Rosales with extremely heads-up base running. He was on first. Aiden Garcia drew a walk, and then Milwaukee executed the unique shift where the third baseman and shortstop switched positions, and Grant Ross, the third baseman, went to cover the right side of the second base bag. No one covered third, so Rosales took off running from second to third. Emke, the pitcher, got the ball back, panicked, turned, and threw it into the outfield, scoring Rosales. That's where we stand, and it's Joey Spence popping up the second pitch he sees. It's foul over towards the left side of it, and Cooper Sheff, that's Gunnar Myro, beg your pardon, he'll make the play. Squeezing the glove as the ball, the path on that pop fly took him right back over towards the third base bag. Nonetheless, Myro makes the grab. That's a quick out number one for Carson Lane. Brings in Connor Bozak, acting as the DH tonight. Played third last night and went 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. In the first pitch he sees, he puts everything into that one, and that baby is way gone home. Connor Bozak gets every stitch of that ball and sends it way out of here over the left field fence. Carson Lane looked fastball, threw it right down the pipe, and Bozak has been on a tear. It's just the 8th game he's played in this year, the 4th game he's started. And he's now got 3 hits in 4 at-bats, 2 of those extra base hits. We're all knotted up at 1. Carson Lane resets with the bases empty and 1 out, and it's Tate Schmidt, the second baseman. Lane offers a first pitch fastball on the inside corner, called for strike 1. As Tate Schmidt, the left-hander, was 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts last night, both a victim of Parker Dilloff. Change up from Lane misses high. Schmidt, a .254 hitter. Below average in the grand scheme of this Milwaukee lineup. Cuts and misses for strike 2. Both strikeouts last night from Schmidt. The looking variety Parker Dilloff really had all of his pitches moving and grooving. 11 Ks in 6 innings for Parker a night ago, and each of the first 3 came via his gnarly fastball, and then really decided to mix things up, utilize the cutter, utilize the slider. It's a check swing offering from Schmidt, and he did go, says Jim Courtney down the third base side. So that's strike 3. Carson Lane's going to pick up his 2nd strikeout of the night, and it's out number 2 here in inning number 2. It's a beautiful fastball right inside on the hands of Tate Schmidt, and he did go around. Brings up Christian Holmes, the shortstop, batting 9th tonight. He's looking to get back on track after an 0 for 4 outing with 3 strikeouts. There were 4 Panthers last night with multiple strikeouts. Holmes, one of them, Holmes with 3, and Braden Horn, 3 strikeouts as well. Holmes, big cut and a miss. Excellent changeup inside to the tall righty. Christian Holmes listed at 6'3". He's a junior from Crete, Illinois. He's the tallest position player on this Milwaukee team. Fouls it off to stay alive. Holmes, 2 homers this year, as well as 2 triples, the only Panther with multiple 3-baggers in 2026. When he finds the gap, can utilize those long legs, long strides. Looking to do so and get on track this weekend. Here's the 1-2 from Carson Lane. Got him looking. Beautiful curveball from Carson Lane, a pitch you'd never see. Drops it right in, right at the letters, and Christian Holmes can't believe it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Carson Lane to end the inning. But Milwaukee ties this one up on the Connor Bozak solo shot. Halfway home in inning number 2. UNLV and Milwaukee all tied up at 1 apiece. Home half of the 2nd inning, ready to get underway. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters due up for UNLV. Starting things off with Jack Salmon, the left fielder. Jack 2 for 4 last night, 2 singles. Came around to score after both base hits. Jack Salmon, nephew of World Series champion and longtime big leaguer Tim Salmon. First one offers a grounder to the left-hand side, scooped up by the third baseman. Ross tosses to Spence and retires Jack Salmon in 1 pitch. It's a dream start to the bottom of the 2nd for Eric Emke. weak contact from a lefty in Salmon, who leads this UNLV team in batting average against right-handers. Came into that at-bat, a .427 clip against righties. Wanted to attack Emke, but no luck this time for Salmon. Brings up Cooper Sheff, playing shortstop tonight after occupying the third base position last night. Sheff was 1 for 4, a run scored and an RBI. Hit the walk-off sacrifice fly, if you will. It was 13-4. 1 out. And Burns on third base. Cooper hit a charge out to center field to end that game. Takes 2 quick strikes from Emke. Emke utilizing that off-speed pitch a lot more as we've advanced into his second frame. He's ahead. 0-2 to Sheff. Swung on a bit late. Sheff sitting off speed, reacts to the fastball and fouls it off down the first base line. Cooper having a great season in his own right. .305 hitter, 8 long balls, tied for second on the team. 35 ribbies as well for Cooper Sheff. He's always in the lineup, whether it's at the shortstop or third base position. A few DH opportunities as well. Here's the 0-2, and he goes down. Foul tips it to stay alive. You look up and down this roster, they're not a team that looks to steal too often, but Cooper Sheff, one of the better stolen base threats once he is on first base. He's tied for the team lead with 5 stolen bases as well. This one drifts inside from Emke, and Sheff wears it. That's how you earn a free pass after the 0-2 start. He's hit by that Emke fastball, and the Rebels have a base runner with 1 gone. That brings up the catcher, Gavin Taylor. Taylor was, I could say, the MVP of last night's offense, even though it was an extremely even and spread out affair in terms of the numbers. No Rebel had more than 2 RBIs, but Taylor had 2 in emphatic fashion in the 3rd inning. He absolutely smashed a home run out to left field. Takes an off-speed pitch on the outside part for strike 1. Gavin Taylor already off to a great defensive start in this one before getting his first plate appearance. Gunned down Grant Ross, the leadoff man in this ball game. Hard grounder to short. That's 6-4-3. That's a Taylor-made inning-ending double play from Gavin Taylor. Just like that, Eric Emke, very efficient, faces the minimum in the bottom of the 2nd. And we're still tied up 1-1 here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium after 2 full innings. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball is brought to you by Pueblo Medical Imaging. Friendly staff at Pueblo Medical Imaging is eager to take care of all your radiology needs and offer same-day, next-day availability. With top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art equipment, they're open 7 days a week with early morning and evening appointments to accommodate all patient schedules, and by West Coast Trial Lawyers, the #1 rated personal injury firm and proud supporters of UNLV athletics. Get the most with West Coast. I'm Drew Neverett. It's the top of the third inning as the top of the order for Milwaukee comes back up. It's Grant Ross taking the first pitch from Carson Lane in the dirt for ball one. A quick bottom half of the second inning for UNLV ended by the Gavin Taylor double play. Carson Lane looking to continue pumping and keep his pitch count down a little bit. Through 34 pitches in the first inning and then just 12 in the second. So did a good job of damage control in the pitch count department as throws a 2-0 pitch across the strike zone to Grant Ross. Ross led the game off with a well-struck double. Got greedy, tried to swipe third, and Gavin Taylor gunned him down. 2-1 delivery, hit the other way. Ducking over there is Alberto Ruiz, the crew chief and first base umpire, signaling a foul ball. He's over at first. Frank Flugrat standing next to Marcos Rosales, second base umpire position. Jim Courtney down the third base line with Tyler Wall calling balls and strikes. 2-2. The full windup from Carson Lane. Swung on and missed. Goes with the changeup, and that's a beautiful pitch for Carson. Make it 3 straight strikeouts for Lane. 4 total Ks on the day, 3 in a row for Carson. He's really getting into his groove now against the Panther lineup. Charlie Marion, the first of 4 left-handed batters in this lineup, steps in. No official at-bat yet. Drew the game's first walk back in the first. Lane goes to the changeup. It misses low, ball 1. Johnny Rodriguez at first, essentially hugging the line. Somewhat of an infield shift for UNLV as Gunnar Myra at third is shaded way in towards the infield grass. Creeping up with his toes off the dirt in the grass itself. 2-0 from Lane. Gets the call and the strike at the knees to Charlie Marion. It's 2-1. This series, a battle of the Horizon League in the Mountain West Conference. Some other Mountain West action taking place tonight. Pivotal in the conference tournament race. This one grounded past Marcos Rosales up the middle, and it's a 1-out single for Charlie Marion. A walk and a single for him. He's perfect in terms of the on-base percentage tonight. Brings up Dylan O'Connell, the center fielder, who's 0 for 1.
Dylan O'Connell.
Other Mountain West action today. Air Force took down New Mexico 11-1. That should vault Air Force now into the top spot. It is an extremely crowded top of the conference between San Diego State, Air Force, Nevada, Washington State, and New Mexico. Those 5 could be jumbled in any type of order in terms of the standings. Big one as Grand Canyon took down San Jose State 5-4 in 14 innings. And that's big time for UNLV. The San Jose State win would have pushed San Jose into that 6th spot, but as of now, the Rebels occupy it. This one fouled off to the right side, and in Burns giving chase, crosses over the line, and he'll make the grab in deep, deep right field, right by the foul pole. Burns had to cover a whole lot of ground to make that play, but he really hustled over there, made the play. It's a big timeout number 2. Dylan O'Connell, the most consistent offensive threat. Hitless in 4 at-bats this series. 2 outs with Charlie Marion over at first base. It's Dominic Kibler, the catcher. 5'8" lefty. He's certainly got some pop. 41 runs batted in. Leads the club this year as he puts a charge into that one to right center field. Bussey gives chase. It hops off the base of the wall. Charlie Marion rounds third. The relay will not end up coming home. It's a very clutch 2-out double for Dominic Kibler. And it puts Milwaukee in front by the score of 2-1. For Milwaukee, pretty apparent that if they think a first pitch fastball is coming, they're going to offer at it. Charlie Marion, the single off a first pitch fastball. That RBI double from Kibler, first pitch fastball, and the moonshot home run from Connor Bozak back in the second. You guessed it, a first pitch fastball from Lane. Throws one to Braden Horn, missing high and away. Horn struck out in the first in his lone plate appearance thus far. Lane turns, throws to second, checking on the runner. Rosales covers the bag, applies the tag, but not in time. Kibler, for a cleanup man, a catcher, and sometimes a DH. He's got some wheels. 10 stolen bases this year. Taking a pretty large primary lead is Kibler. Outside fastball scrapes the zone, and that's called strike one to Horn. Horn a .395 on-base percentage. You're getting on base 40% of the time. You're doing something right in terms of the approach. Got off speed from Lane. Just careens a little bit low. That's ball 2. Definite change in mechanics when it comes to Carson Lane in the windup and in the stretch. Always the extra mental layer of thought when you're thinking about runners on base, whether it's first or second, whether you're making that full 180 turn to pick throw or turning towards your backside to throw over at first. It's a lot of difference in the mental. As Braden Horn fouls this one off, 2-2. And with 2 outs. A lot of times, as we saw back in the second, a couple of, it looks like it slips coming out of the pitcher's hand, but it happens a lot with Carson, in which when he's pitching out of the stretch, just doesn't fully come down with the release. Looking to retire Horn. Horn stays alive, fouls off that fastball. Kibler drove in his 42nd run of the year. That big time double. He's been excellent this series. Worked a walk and a hit by pitch last night, no hits, but constantly on base 4 of the last 5 times he's come to the plate. Nice little jumping play over there by Sean Wegner, the manager, coach at third base. And that foul ball as Braden Horn continues to battle, continues to stay alive. Carson with 2 outs, holds opponents to a .323 batting average against. Looking to continue to shrink that number. Another 2-2 to Horn. Doesn't get the call on the off speed. Goes top of the zone to the bottom of the zone, but dips below the knees, says Tyler Wall, calling balls and strikes. And it's a full count to Braden Horn. There's the kick and the pitch from Carson Lane. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Gavin Taylor. Braden Horn goes down swinging for the second time. And it's 5 strikeouts now for Carson Lane through 3 full. 1 run scores on 2 hits. No errors, and Kibler left at second base. Heading into the bottom of the third, Milwaukee up top on UNLV, 2-1. in. Two batters due up for UNLV. It'll be Gunnar Myro, tonight's third baseman, leading things off. Stepping into the box for the first time. Bottom of the third. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. They took the lead on Dominic Kibler's two-out run scoring double. And the storyline tonight has been just excellent approach from a lot of Milwaukee Panthers, working up the pitch count. Carson Lane's thrown 66 pitches through just 3 innings. Eric Emke, a slow tumbler at 71, finds the zone, called strike one to Gunnar Myro. First at-bat of the week for Gunnar. Squares around a bunt. Goes just past the mound. Emke slips a little bit. The throw is not in time, and it trickles away from first baseman Joey Spence. He did, in fact, beat that one out anyway. That's a bunt base hit for Gunnar Myro. Gunnar is a great hitter, a great offensive threat in a multitude of different ways. He's now hitting above 340 with that bunt single. But, you know, he's got some pop. 26 ribbies this year. 11 extra base hits, and this time starting it off with a bunt base hit. Perfect way to challenge Emke on the mound. Reggie Bussey now bunts this time towards the first base bag. Emke has to come the other way. The underhand toss is in time, but scored a sacrifice bunt 1-3 on the putout for Reggie Bussey. 2 straight pitches and 2 straight bunts in play for UNLV. Now the potential tying run is in scoring position in the form of Gunnar Myro for the Rebel second baseman Marcos Rosales. Rosales walked. His first plate appearance would come around to score on that extremely unique play. It was a walk from Aiden Garcia. Throwing error from Eric Emke, the pitcher, allowed Rosales to come around and score from second. Another first pitch ball, and followed up by a strike right down the middle. Back-to-back curve balls from Emke. Not a ton of fastballs from Eric Emke. Talk about in the early part of this one, his strike throwing ability. A lot of times at the college level, you look at a guy like that, and it's a lot of fastballs and pinpointing accuracy. So Rosales lofts this one to right center field. Catch is made by Dylan O'Connell in shallow right center field, and that's out number 2. Rosales moves to 0-1, 0-4-1. Myro stays on second base, and it's Johnny Rodriguez, the first baseman, stepping in for the second time. Johnny's OPS sits at 808 right now. Anytime you're above that 800 mark, doing something right with your approach at the plate. There's the fastball from Emke at 86, missing outside. It's a big opportunity, at least individually, for Johnny Rodriguez tonight, with Drew Berrigan out of the lineup for the first time since the season opener back in February. It's May 2nd now, and Johnny getting an opportunity sliding up the order. Cuts and misses underneath that off speed from Emke. It's 1-1. And at his best, seen some really good things at the plate from Johnny Rodriguez. A large lefty. So he gets a lot of that one. It's carrying out to right center field. O'Connell and Marion giving chase. O'Connell's going to make the catch right at the beginning of the warning track. Johnny Rodriguez flies out to O'Connell for the second time tonight. So the leadoff single from Gunnar Myro doesn't work out as 3 straight outs take place. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. With Gunnar left on second base, Milwaukee up top on UNLV, 2-1 through 3 full innings in Las Vegas. All set to go to begin the middle frames here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Milwaukee leads UNLV 2-1. It's Joey Spence, the left-handed first baseman, leading things off against Carson Lane. First pitch from Lane misses outside to Spence, who's 0 for 1 tonight, popped up to Gunnar Myro, the third baseman, to lead off the second. Obviously, the goal is to put up zeros as the starting pitcher, but Carson Lane, secondary goal. This one has to be efficiency. Get a couple of quick outs. You don't want to face more than 3 or 4 batters this time. Set the table for your offense to pick you up on that side of things. 68 pitches now for Carson Lane as it's 1-1 to Joey Spence. Soft tapper finds its way to the backstop. 1-2 to Joey Spence. Spence hitting .208, lowest average of any qualified starting bat for Milwaukee, but able to play great catcher defense and first base as well, as this one's lofted into shallow center field. A little hop skip from Cooper Sheff out there. He'll make the catch for out number 1. 2 soft pop outs for Joey Spence on his ledger thus far, and it brings up Connor Bozak, the designated hitter. Bozak, as mentioned, playing in just his 8th game of the season. This is the 44th in total for the Panthers, and I think it's safe to say he's made a name for himself on the offensive side of things as Carson Lane connects with a first pitch strike for Bozak. A big-time home run to get the scoring going in the bottom, top of the second, rather. There's Lane back with that curveball. Not something we've seen much from him this year, but Panthers aren't looking for it. It's a beautiful off-speed dropped in the strike zone, and it's 0-2 to Bozak. Swung on and missed, gets away from the catcher Taylor, tries to make the bare hand throw. It's not in time. So that's going to be a strikeout recorded for Carson Lane, but on the drop, 3rd strike. Connor Bozak hustles his way up there to first. Still just 1 out. Lane technically has recorded 2, but that slider in the dirt got away from Gavin Taylor. Bozak finds his way aboard. It's now Tate Schmidt, the second baseman, one of Carson Lane's earlier strikeout victims. Big lead over at first from Bozak. Lane immediately checks on him, sends him diving back into first head first, but he's safe. Carson checks the runner and delivers the first pitch out of the stretch to Schmidt. Fastball tails up and in. That's ball 1. Schmidt, 29 hits this year, looking for hit number 30. Milwaukee looking to have a similar first half of the game on the offensive side of things. Scored 4 runs last night as this one's chopped to Carson Lane. Runs towards first, tosses underhand to Johnny Rodriguez. Makes the safe play and gets the out over at first. Change up from Carson Lane, getting the weak contact from the lefty. It's a great decision in the pitch selection from Carson Lane. 2 outs now brings up the 9-hole hitter, Christian Holmes. Holmes struck out looking, and he's struck out in 4 out of 5 at-bats here at the Earl this weekend. Perfect candidate for Carson Lane to attack. Tries to go up high. That's a changeup missing for ball 1. Christian Holmes leads Milwaukee in strikeouts. He's got 39 on the year as Lane checks on the runner at second. Holmes does play above average third base. Possesses a big frame, and so he's consistently in this lineup. He started 41 now of 44 games for the Panthers as he smacks this one down the third base line, but it just ends up foul. Finish updating you on some Mountain West scores as they currently stand. Nevada and San Diego State currently both in the top 3 in the standings. They're tied at 3 apiece at Tony Gwynn Stadium in San Diego. And Washington State cruising against the Bulldogs of Fresno State at home, 7-3 in just the second inning. It's going to be very exciting to monitor how this Mountain West tournament standings shape up in the last couple of series. 2-1 the count to the Milwaukee shortstop Holmes. Outside corner, that's a late strike call, but it's awarded by Tyler Wall. And that's strike 2 for Carson Lane. Bozak leads off of second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the delivery from Lane to Holmes. He offers, he thinks about it. The pitch misses high, and Holmes did not go on the appeal. First full count in a while for Carson Lane. Looking to get out of this 4th inning unscathed. And here's the payoff. Swung on and missed. Carson Lane elevates the fastball, does what he does. Picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. His 7th of the game, and Carson Lane continues to cruise. 2-1 Milwaukee. We're heading into the bottom of the 4th here at the Earl. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball is brought to you by America First, Nevada's premier credit union. Whatever financial goals you've got for yourself, your family, or your business, America First can help get your money working. So head to AmericaFirst.com and join the home team today. And by Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They make quality service their top priority and were voted best air conditioning company in Las Vegas. Their highly trained technicians will make sure the job is done right the first time. Sierra is here to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call Sierra Air Conditioning and Plumbing today for service that soars above the rest. Bottom of the 4th inning on a lovely Saturday evening here in Paradise, Nevada, Sin City, Las Vegas. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. They've got the bats going more so than the Rebels early. It'll be the left-handed designated hitter Aiden Garcia to lead things off against Eric Emke, looking to get his 4th full inning of work under his belt. Just the 41st pitch offered from Emke right there. It's a ball to Garcia. Garcia has just the 1 plate appearance. It was the walk that resulted in the only Rebel run of the night so far. Good news for Aiden. He's a .448 hitter when leading off an inning. A very gaudy number, but when you look at the approach and just how selective Garcia is, it's almost not surprising. Takes the 2-0 fastball on the outside, corner, it's 2-1. Knowing it was a strategy coming into this week with just how much the Panthers take off and try to steal bases. Gavin Taylor's got the best arm, at least among the catchers of UNLV, so they expected to see Taylor in the lineup, but you got to have Garcia's bat, man. He's excellent, excellent hitter from the left side. Draws a bunch of walks this time. Offers it the 2-2 pitch. Really revs up the fastball there, does Emke, and he strikes out Aiden Garcia swinging to lead off the fourth. Haven't seen a ton of the fastball from Emke. He ramps it up to 88 there. That's the highest velo he's had so far tonight. Located it perfectly high and away to the shorter lefty Garcia. One gone, and Nin Burns the second. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1. Still just one hit for UNLV tonight. Back to the fastball for Emke. Gets the call at the knees, 0-1. Burns flied out to the left fielder. It was a moon ball. Pitch at his ankles that he really got underneath. That one brushes off Burns to even up the count, 1-1. Burns 42 ribbies. It's tops on the team tonight with Berrigan not in the lineup. As he fouls this one off into the seats on the first base side concourse here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. It's a great night. Lots of families and friends of the program out. Seeing a decent bit of yellow shirts and hats on the Milwaukee side too, on the third base side. Parents and families alike made the trip from Wisconsin. Never a bad weekend to head to Las Vegas, the campus of UNLV and Earl E. Wilson Stadium, just a couple of blocks from the beautiful Las Vegas Strip. There's always something going on. Burns awaits the 2-2 from Emke. That one misses low, count full. A couple of concerts always taking place here. The big series this weekend. Morgan Wallen at Allegiant Stadium. He was rocking UNLV last night. Tell you about that after the payoff pitch. Burns. Sky-high pop-up into foul territory. Third baseman and catcher both giving chase, but finds the fifth row of seats on the third base side concourse. Morgan Wallen, always famous for walking out with his concerts, and his outfit's always a topic of discussion, was repping a UNLV Larry Johnson basketball jersey. Awesome to see. Gotta be awesome for the Las Vegas locals in attendance. Another payoff pitch. Burns lines hard right to Grant Ross. Doesn't have to move. Digs his feet into the dirt. Crouch, squeezed the glove, made it look routine. That's a line out to record out number 2 for Eric Emke. Just 52 pitches for Emke so far. He's gone 3 2/3, and he has been effective to say the least. Only run in this one is technically unearned. Emke did make the error himself, the throwing error that plated Marcos Rosales back in the first. Outside of that, he's been near perfect. Goes to battle against Jack Salmon, the Rebel left fielder. It's 1-0. Jack Salmon, a ground out to the third baseman to lead off the second. Missing outside again with the off speed is Emke. It's 2-0. Jack Salmon, 342 hitter with 2 outs, looking to improve that clip and get something going for the offense as he takes ball 3. Jack Salmon's on-base percentage dips after the ground out. It's just at an even 500 now. Gets on base every other plate appearance. Fastball from Emke finds the zone. It's 3-1, and Jack Salmon has been such a welcome addition since transferring from Hawaii to Las Vegas, donning the number 4 for the Scarlet and Gray. Here's the 3-1. Salmon offers at it, fouls it off. That'll run the count full. As previously mentioned, Salmon leads all Hustlin' Rebels in at-bats against right-handers. Now a .425 clip in 97 at-bats against righties, so not a small sample size either. The payoff pitch is fouled off once again. Salmon and Emke battling. Nine doubles for Jack this year. 22 walks, 14 hit by pitches. Here's a full count. Once again fouled off to the left-hand side. Emke continuing to locate the fastball outside. Doesn't want to give anything inside for Salmon to get the hands around on. And Salmon has his defensive swing on and then some. Infield still shifted on Salmon. Yet another payoff pitch from Emke. Salmon elevates this one out to left center. Dylan O'Connell covers a whole lot of ground, makes it look easy. He'll squeeze the glove and retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Eric Emke. Continuing to be dominant here on Saturday night for the Panthers of Milwaukee. They lead UNLV 2-1 through 4 full innings. Top of the order for Milwaukee, due up for the 3rd time around. It's the top of the 5th inning. Milwaukee maintains a 2-1 lead on Saturday night over UNLV. Carson Lane back out for the 5th. He's gone 81 pitches so far. First one offered to Grant Ross as a fastball for strike 1. Grant Ross, a double and a strikeout. One of 7 strikeout victims from Carson Lane. Lane's been picking things back up for sure in the strikeout department. He's at 7 right now. 2 of his last 3 starts had exactly 8 strikeouts as he misses in the dirt, 2-1. Really was starting to get in a groove before the road trip up to Reno, in which gave up 10 hits, just had 2 strikeouts a week ago, but 8 strikeouts in 6 innings at home against Washington State, and 8 strikeouts in just 4 innings in a loss at Grand Canyon. Only 1 earned run in those 4 innings, but he was still saddled with the loss. Fastball finds the zone. It's 2-2. The Milwaukee third baseman Ross. This one chopped over to the third base side. Myro grabs it, shuffles, throws in time. Great play from Gunner over at third, and it's a leadoff ground out for Grant Ross. And just how you want to start things off in the 5th for Carson Lane.
Charlie Marion.
Brings up Charlie Marion. 1 for 1, a walk, a single, a run scored. He's been as big a piece of this offensive effort for Milwaukee as there is. First pitch, not close. Carson Lane utilizing a lot more of that curveball and slider. The off-speed pitches that usually take a secondary role for him. He's used them almost as much as the fastball tonight, but certainly have been effective to both righties and lefties. Marion elevates this one. It's carrying out to left center field. Reggie Bussey tracking underneath it, and he'll make the catch just shy of the warning track in deep left center field. Fly out to the center fielder for Marion. 2 up, 2 down quickly in the Panther half of the 5th.
The center fielder, number 2, Dylan O'Connell.
Brings up Dylan O'Connell, who is extremely due based on his numbers. 1032 OPS, 424 on base percentage, but just 1 time on base this weekend. Takes strike 1. He's 0 for 2 tonight with shallow pop up to Marcos Rosales at second, and a deep fly ball out to Nin Burns that just carried over the right field line, and it's the 2nd time he was out tonight. O'Connell, 34 stolen bases this year, good for 7th in the country. UNLV's certainly happy they've been able to keep him off the base paths for the most part this weekend. Another miss low from Carson Lane, and it's 2-1 to Dylan O'Connell. Eight homers for O'Connell this year, leads the team too. He's 5'10", not the biggest frame for a power threat, but certainly has the bat speed. Rips those wrists through the zone. It's 2-2 now to the Milwaukee center fielder. Carson Lane out of the windup looking for his 8th K. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. It's the changeup from Carson Lane. He strikes out Dylan O'Connell and does an immaculate job at throwing a 10-pitch inning here in the 5th. 1-2-3, down go the Panthers. Halfway through inning number 5, Milwaukee still leads UNLV 2-1 here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Chef getting ready in the on-deck circle. He'll lead things off in the bottom of the 5th inning for UNLV as they look to wake the offense up. Just 1 run on 1 hit so far through 4 frames. Eric Enke, Saturday night starter, has been spectacular so far. It's to be expected. He's a real strike thrower, just 15 walks on the year. 17 now with 2 tonight, but 4 quality starts in his previous 9 this year. Misses a fastball low to Cooper Sheff, and Emke's last start really spectacular at home. Went 7 shutout frames, 4 strikeouts against Wright State. Picking up his 2nd win of the year. He was 0-5 just a couple of weeks ago. He picked up wins against both Northern Kentucky and Wright State. And Eric Emke, he got things started off this year with an extremely tall task, pitching against LSU, ranked #1 in the country at the time. It was February 14th. All Emke did was throw 88 pitches in 7 innings, 1 earned run. He was phenomenal. Milwaukee lost that game 5-3, but to no fault of Emke. Sheff offers and fouls this one off. It is high and deep down the right field side. It's 2-2 to Cooper Sheff. Was hit by a pitch in his lone plate appearance tonight. Emke had him down 0-2 and then tried to get cute with a fastball tight. Ended up hitting Sheff right in the back. Sheff, the leadoff man in the 5th, looking to get aboard. Here's the 2-2. Fastball away from Emke. Brings the count full. 65 pitches now for Eric Emke. Just 1 hit allowed. Here's the payoff delivery from the Milwaukee starter. Sheff scalds it up the middle. Was looking fastball. That's what he was offered. And made Emke pay. Sheff's aboard, a full count. Turns into a base hit. And now Gavin Taylor will look to continue.
Gavin Taylor.
Taylor hoping to redeem himself. An inning-ending 6-4-3 double play after Sheff was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Taylor was a pivotal piece in the victory last night. A home run, a double, and a walk, with the strikeout sandwiched in between there. But 3 of the 14 runs plated were Gavin Taylor. Taylor drove in 2 on that no doubt home run in his first at-bat. Emke now working out of the stretch, something he's barely done thus far tonight. Change-ups low and in, 2-0 to Gavin Taylor. Taylor, a real anomaly. 16 hits this year and 64 at-bats, 11 for extra bases. 6 home runs, 5 doubles, and 5 singles. Offers at this 2-0 on the outside half of the plate, cuts and misses, and it's 2-1. Some solid starting pitching in this late season series on both sides. Gavin Tice, a solid outing for Milwaukee yesterday as the Friday starter. 5 solid innings, gave up 4 earned. Parker Dilloff showcasing why he's one of the best pitchers in the Mountain West. Struck out 11 Panthers to get up to 80 strikeouts even on the year. Far and away in the lead in the Mountain West in that category. It's one of the main reasons why UNLV as a team paces the conference as well in pitching strikeouts. Taylor digs back into the box. Moderate lead from Gavin Taylor off the first base bag. Fouled off once again. Taylor stays alive. Potential tying run on first base in the form of Cooper Sheff. There's been a lot of games this season here at the Earl where the bottom part of the order plays such a massive role in run production. Last night being no different. 3 runs batted in from the 7, 8, and 9 batters. This 2-2 pitch scooped in the dirt by Dominic Kibler. Saves his pitcher from a wild pitch. The count runs full. Makes you think about potential takeoff from Cooper Sheff over at first base. You know, he's got long strides. Still nobody out, and the count is full. Emke takes a glance over, delivers the 3-2 out of the stretch. Taylor extends, swings, and misses. It's excellent location from Eric Emke on the fastball. Causes the swing and miss from Taylor, and that's the first out here in the 5th. Taylor heads back to the dugout. In his place in the right-hand batter's box steps Gunnar Myro. Caught the Milwaukee defense off guard in his lone plate appearance thus far. A bunt base hit right down the third base line, and it was picture perfect. Myro has the speed to pair with that excellent bunting acumen as he hustled down the line, beat out a throw. Fouls the first pitch off, and interesting to monitor Eric Emke as this start has gone on. It was really so many curveballs and changeups and sliders in the early part. Used that fastball as a real compliment pitch, just wasn't using it a ton, and now locating it, mixing it in and out. Myro lifts this one out to right. Looks to be a can of corn as Charlie Marion barely has to move. Camps underneath it and makes the grab for out number 2. Two straight retired, Taylor and Myro, after the leadoff Sheff single. And it brings up Reggie Bussey for the 3rd time. Bussey rolled over to the first baseman, Joey Spence, in the first. Bunted immediately after Myro's bunt. Was ruled a sacrifice after Bussey was retired 1-3. Looking for extra bases now. Here's a pickoff throw to check on Sheff before the first delivery to Bussey. Bussey, the 6'2" senior. One of 2 Ohio State transfers on the Hustlin' Rebel squad. Cooper Sheff takes off. The throw down to second is in time. Scored 2-6 on the caught stealing. Bit of a late jump there from Cooper Sheff, and he is gunned down by Dominic Kibler for the 3rd out. Emke continues to dominate, faces the minimum 3 batters in the 5th. Keeps Milwaukee on top 2-1 here through 5 full innings in Las Vegas. Back with you from Las Vegas. It's the top of the 6th inning. It's a Valvoline Instant Oil pitching change for the Hustlin' Rebels. Carson Lane's night is done. 5 full innings from Carson, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Carson Lane. His 3rd start in 4 with exactly 8 strikeouts, 93 pitches for Carson Lane. It'll be Yates Bland coming in the top ERA in terms of bullpen arms for the Hustlin' Rebels. Bland, the 6'6" righty out of Chapin, South Carolina. Big senior comes in looking to do a job. First pitch to Dominic Kibler. The catcher's called for a strike. Kibler, 1 for 2, a walk and a run scoring double back in the third. For Yates Bland, this is his 14th outing of the year. He's been stellar. A 4.58 ERA across 37 1/3 innings. I mean, pretty remarkable stuff. It's almost as many innings as Carson Lane and Felix Ahn and Reese Lewick, the guys that are typically tasked with starting games all throughout the year. Bland, one of the consistent options in long relief for UNLV this year. 1-2 count to the left-handed Kibler. Here's the pitch. Bland misses outside with the sweeper. Bland coming off an excellent outing in relief. He got the W and the lone win up at Nevada. Nevada took 2 out of 3 from UNLV. 2-2 pitch. Just brushing off. Kibler missing, and the count is full. But for Bland in that one, April 25th, 4 1/3 innings pitched through 74 pitches out of the pen, 5 strikeouts, just 1 earned run. Picked up his 5th win of the year. He's 5-0. Payoff pitch from Bland, smacked over to the right side. Rosales dives, sticks with it, throw is in time. A bit offline to Johnny Rodriguez, but out is the signal. And a heck of a play from Marcos Rosales at second base to lead things off. That one was
Next up, left field.
Hit hard to the right of Rosales, a full layout. Dug the glove into the dirt, but he's shown all season long the acumen with the glove out there at second base. Always keeps the ball in front of him. Always able to knock it down. Stuck with that one all the way for out number 1. Brings up Braden Horn. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts as Bland misses wide for ball 1. Braden Horn riding a streak that no ball player ever wants to ride, no matter the level you're at. He struck out in 5 consecutive plate appearances dating back to last night. He's taking all the way here, and he's taken 2 straight balls from Bland. Bland with 12 walks, 34 strikeouts, nearly 38 innings pitched this season. Big swing and a miss on top of a changeup. Count runs 2-1 to Horn. Horn, no slouch typically. He's a .324 hitter, .478 slugging too, so a power threat for this Panther team. Which chopped foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Milwaukee's left fielder. Five stolen bases this year for Horn if he is able to reach first tonight. But that's pretty modest for this Panther lineup that has everybody stealing. As Horn lifts this one out to center field. Bussey retreats. Bussey makes the catch with ease. And that's 2 quick outs for Yates Bland in the 6th. That brings up Joey Spence. Playing first base tonight. 2 pop-ups thus far for Spence. 1 to Myra at third, 1 to Chef at short. Yates Bland looking to keep things where they are, and with the rest of the bullpen just waiting for the offense to get woken up here on Saturday night. 0-1 delivery. Fastball off the plate. It's ball 1. Yates Bland, the native of South Carolina, pitching his first season in the Mountain West, first season in Las Vegas after 3 full years at the Citadel. Charleston, South Carolina, beautiful area. 2-1 fastball missing high. Spence now 3 balls and a strike. Last year was really the telling year for Bland. A 4.11 ERA and 50 innings at Citadel really showcased his development. This one chopped over to Johnny Rodriguez. Tosses over to Bland covering, but he is safe at first base. Spence legs it out for the infield single. Just one of those unique balls, a short chopper over to first. Bland did his best to cover in time, but even for an excellent defender like Rodriguez, it's just a difficult play to have to field it, fully spin 180 degrees. And you saw Rodriguez kind of decide to turn to an underhand toss instead of rifling one close range to his pitcher covering first. A 2-out single from Spence extends the inning and challenges Yates Bland. Brings up Connor Bozak. He's reached base both times. Two very unique at-bats. He takes ball one. In the second inning, Bozak took the first pitch he saw and planted it about 400 feet to straightaway left. And then he struck out on a pitch way in the dirt, but skipped away from Taylor, and he found his way aboard first base. He would end up being stranded at second, as Carson Lane had to retire 4 straight Panthers back in inning number 4. Bozak looking to continue his hot weekend. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Our home plate umpire, Tyler Wall, walking all the way up, meeting Yates Bland halfway to get him a fresh pearl. Joey Spence over at first, not to be forgotten about. 5 stolen bases on 7 attempts this year for the first baseman and catcher. He's done a bit of both all throughout the year. He's done both so far this weekend in 2 games. Short lead at first as Rodriguez holds him on. There's the 1-1 out of the stretch from Bland. Fastball's low. That's a tough take from Bozak. Bozak with 6 hits now on the season, thanks to his solo shot. There's the sweeper from Yates Bland. Catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, UNLV looking to keep things where they are, just a 1-run deficit before the 2-2 from Bland. He'll check on Spence over at first. No challenge over there as Spence dives back in head first. Bozak ready once again, the 2-2. Got him looking. Beautiful tumbling pitch from Yates Bland. Talk about excellent pitch execution with 2 strikes and 2 outs. That's what Bland did right there. Strands Joey Spence at first base. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. Heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 2-1 Milwaukee here from Earl Wilson Stadium. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page, brought to you by Parkway Tavern, official partner of UNLV Athletics and your official home of Rebels on the Road. With over 250 beers, 24/7 gaming, and 7 Valley locations, there's no better place to catch the game than Parkway Tavern. Go Rebels. Set to get going in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the UNLV lineup turning over for the 3rd time, with Bussy, Rosales, and Rodriguez due up. Reggie Bussy into the left-hand batter's box. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. He ended the 5th inning in the batter's box as Cooper Sheff tried to take off for second base and was gunned down by the catcher, Dominic Kibler. So Bussy gets another attempt here. His 3rd plate appearance, 2nd official at-bat. That one misses low from Emke. It's 2-0. Bottom of the 6th. 5 hits for Milwaukee, just 2 for UNLV. A bunt single from Gunnar Myro and a hard-struck single up the middle from Cooper Sheff. Last inning. 2-0 from Emke. Gets the call, beautifully done on the framework by Dominic Kibler. There's such a subtlety these days with framing, and it all comes from that elbow path and kind of how you coerce the ball into the zone. 2-1 pitch is the fastball. Bussy late on it, but catches up, and he'll foul it off. 2-2. Bussy's leadoff average up to 367 on the year. Looking to continue that as the fastball from Emke narrowly misses. Brings the count full. UNLV really looking to get Emke out of this game. He's been their kryptonite this weekend. Finding the zone with just a couple of pitches, but using them in tandem so well with each other. Full count pitch. Bussy reaches out, scooped up by Holmes. Hard throw to first is in time. That's a difficult play by Christian Holmes at shortstop, but he makes it look easy with that big frame, showcasing the arm strength as well, beating Bussy by about half a step on the throw. Leadoff man's retired, and it brings up Marcos Rosales, the second baseman. Rosales a walk and came around to score the lone Rebel run thus far on a bout of heads-up base running. He also flied out to Dylan O'Connell, the center fielder. First pitch from Emke's low. Curious to see how long the leash is for Eric Emke. Still nobody on in the 6th. So Rosales puts this one out to left field. Horn comes in towards the infield, and he'll make the catch. A quick 2-out retirement of the 2-hole hitter, Marcos Rosales, for Eric Emke. And he continues to cruise. He's at 84 pitches right now. That's tied for the 3rd most he's thrown this year. He's thrown exactly 84 pitches twice this year, but one was an outing in which he gave up 10 runs against the Duke Blue Devils. The other, a decent 5-inning shout against Southeast Missouri. The most pitches Emke has thrown, exactly 93 in each of his last 2 outings, his 2 best outings of the season, both wins. Johnny Rodriguez in for the 3rd time. He's behind 0-1, and he's 0 for 2 today. He's flied out twice to the center fielder. Fastball just a bit away. Count even 1-1 to J-Rod. If you're UNLV, they understand it took a little while to get things going last night, but when they get to the bullpen, that's when it can really become dangerous for their opponent. It was 4-4 going into the bottom of the 7th inning last night. It was a hotly contested one. Timely hitting left and right from both sides. Milwaukee doing everything right in terms of getting on base, activating the steals, green lights left and right, and it was a really tight contest until UNLV got to the bullpen. This ball's in the dirt. J-Rod offers at it, swings and misses, and is tagged out by the catcher on the drop third strike. So once again, 3 straight innings for Eric Emke facing the minimum. Faced 3 in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. He'll keep things as they are for Milwaukee. We're through 6 full innings in Las Vegas. Milwaukee Panthers on top of the Hustlin' Rebels, 2-1. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball brought to you by Intermountain Health. Intermountain Health is here to help you live the healthiest life possible. As the official health partner of UNLV Athletics, Intermountain Health is dedicated to promoting health and wellness in our community. It's the top of the 7th inning, a pitcher's duel thus far. Carson Lane and Eric Emke battling at it, and Yates Bland, the only reliever so far, back out for his 2nd inning of work. We'll start things off with a first pitch strike. Fastball on the outside corner to Tate Schmidt, the second baseman. Schmidt's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a soft tapper to the pitcher so far. Bland missing outside. It took Bland 21 pitches to get through 4 batters, retiring 3 of them in the top half of the 6th inning. His first inning of relief work. This one hit on the ground to Rosales, routine play, stays low on it, and the throw's in time. Quick 4-3 put out to retire the leadoff man for Yates Bland. Brings up the shortstop, Christian Holmes. Having a tough go of it this weekend. 3 strikeouts last night and 4 at-bats, and he's 0 for 2 so far tonight with 2 Ks. Calling this a pitcher's duel would be an understatement. Carson Lane, 8 strikeouts, doing an excellent job as Bland gets a swing and a miss for strike 1 from Holmes. And Eric Emke, just 3 strikeouts. We know it's not a massive part of his game, is the K. The last strikeout of Johnny Rodriguez, his 30th on the season, but he has been extremely efficient. Just 2 hits, 2 singles, one of them of the bunt variety from Gunnar Myro. The 0-2 from Bland, swing from Holmes. It's dropped by Taylor. And so once again, a Panther who strikes out reaches first base. That's twice now tonight. First time against Bland, and it's a strikeout for Holmes, the 3rd one of the night for him. He's wearing the sombrero, but he's able to get to first with just 1 out. Could be a pretty big base runner there for Milwaukee. Bland looking to take a deep breath, knowing that he earned that out, but now it's time to turn your attention to the leadoff man, Grant Ross. Ross, a double, a strikeout, and a ground out so far. He was scored a wild pitch there from Christian Holmes, or from Yates Bland, allowing Christian Holmes to reach first base. Here's the 0-1 to Ross. Hit on a line out to right field. Sends Burns all the way back to the wall. He will make the catch. Once again, Nin Burns being challenged out in deep right field. And he rises to the occasion, making the play. That's out number 2.
Now batting, number 22, right fielder.
Sends Charlie Marion, the Milwaukee right fielder, to the plate. Marion 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Base hit back in the third. That's still the difference, is that run that Marion scored. First pitch, chopper to the shortstop. Chef shuffles, throws to first, and that is in time. 6-3 on the putout to retire the side in the top half of the seventh. Yates Bland does his job. And it's stretch time at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Milwaukee on top of UNLV, 2-1. Bottom of the seventh, the home half for the Hustlin' Rebels. It's Aiden Garcia, Nin Burns, and Jack Salmon due up. They'll do their work against a new arm. It's Tristan Arnold, the right-handed redshirt sophomore out of Mukwanago, Wisconsin. He's making his 9th appearance of the year in relief of Eric Emke. First pitch misses high to Garcia. Eric Emke was spectacular today. 6 innings pitched. 2 hits, 1 run, and it wasn't earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, 88 pitches, 51 of those for strikes. Emke's in line for the win. He was spectacular, to say the least, limiting any type of UNLV offensive damage. Tristan Arnold skips that one in the dirt, and it's 2-1 to Aiden Garcia. For Arnold, he's got a 15.43 ERA and 11 2/3 innings pitched. 6 strikeouts to 12 walks. He's been a bit errant this year. He's placed in a really high leverage spot. His fastball finds the outside corner to Garcia. 2-2 now the count. Garcia a walk and a strikeout so far. Like so many of his other teammates, struggling to get things going at the plate. Arnold kicks, delivers, misses inside. Lots of fastballs early from Tristan Arnold. 2 1/3 innings pitched. No earned runs in his last relief appearance. This one goes low. Strike 3 called. 89 on the gun. That one at the bottom part of the knees. The strike zone of Aiden Garcia. He goes down looking to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. Massive out for Tristan Arnold to get things going. Avoid walking the leadoff man. Avoid putting him on at the very least. And with 1 out, it's Nin Burns the second. Slider missing away. It's ball 1 to Burns. He flied out to end the first inning and lined out in the 4th. Burns looking to put bat on ball in a big way. Takes this one. It's a fastball, just narrowly missing low. Burns ahead 2-0. 2-1 Milwaukee. UNLV running out of outs. Getting a bit desperate here in terms of needing to find base runners. That's just been the problem, is not being able to string runners together. A lot of times they can rack up base on balls and then find that timely single. Burns hits this one hard and it gets by Holmes. Christian Holmes, the shortstop, dives. Couldn't make the play, and right on cue, it's a 1-out single from Burns. Outside fastball. Queued up all the way to 90, the fastest pitch from Tristan Arnold so far tonight, but a lot of times with a guy like Burns, he's looking for that fastball, and the faster the better. Burns on first. It's Jack Salmon. He's 0 for 2. First pitch offering. Healthy cut on the changeup in the dirt. Swung on and missed. Salmon a ground out to third. Fly out to center. He's looking for a clutch opportunity. He wants to come through for UNLV. Tying run at first base. This one a slider. It finds the inside half. Just buckles Salmon a bit. Certainly not looking for that one. 0-2. Burns in the crouch leading off. The pump fake the takeoff. Arnold hops off the mound a bit after missing low in the dirt. Burns has 3 stolen bases this year on 4 attempts. He's no stranger to dancing around a bit over there off the first base bag. Especially against the bullpen, can be very helpful. Make him take that extra second of thought. This one off the heel of the glove of Arnold. Third baseman comes over, can't end up making a play. So it's an infield single for Jack Salmon. Almost an extremely flashy play by Tristan Arnold. It was a hard hit ball. All he could do was react, and he ended up sticking that left hand glove hand behind his back. The ball almost found its way into the webbing, but deflects off the glove. Finds the infield grass, and Jack Salmon finds his way over to first. So 2 on and 1 out. A massive spot for Cooper Sheff. A hit by pitch and a single so far for Sheff as Arnold misses with the off speed outside. Sheff's single in the 5th. Just the 2nd hit for UNLV. Their hit total and their base hit total has now doubled in the last 2 at-bats with the Burns and Salmon singles. So this will be Corey Bigler, the pitching coach for Milwaukee, heading out to have a meeting of the minds with his battery, Arnold and Kibler, as well as the rest of the Milwaukee infield. This is as critical a spot as there has been in this entire series thus far. Tying run in scoring position with just 1 out. Potential go-ahead run at first in the form of Jack Salmon. 2 pretty solid base runners as well. So now it's the duty of UNLV, the bottom of their order, to put bat on ball and find a way to get things going. Short mound visit is over. Corey Bigler said what needed to be said. Tristan Arnold digs back in. No delay here, not too sure what the cause of the delay is. No pinch runner, no pinch hitter. Long extended time by the umpire and crew here. Tyler Wall signals it's time to go. figuring out what the count was, as that was a mid-count mound visit. Off-speed pitch finds the zone. It's strike one to Cooper Sheff. Sheff, a .333 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Might be where Sheff's looking. Fastball missing low, 2-1. Hitters count now to Cooper Sheff. Seven doubles this year, 8 deep balls for Cooper. He's got a thing for the dramatic. Couple of clutch hits this year. We call it clutch last night, ended the game with a walk-off mercy rule sac fly in the 8th. Takes the fastball, and it's 2-2. Gavin Taylor, the catcher, on deck. Tough go of it so far, with a double play and a strikeout after a big night last night. Here's the 2-2. Sheff swings through the off-speed pitch. And that's strike 3. 2 strikeouts now for Tristan Arnold, who looks extremely comfortable up there. That's kind of the playbook, if you will, if you're trying to get a strikeout of Cooper Sheff. If you're able to get to the 2-strike count, something inside on the hands. It's been difficult for him to get to this season. That one, just an excellent example of pitch sequencing. Was not looking for the change, and that's what Arnold delivers. Brings up Gavin Taylor. Thinks about offering it the first one. The call is a ball, and they appeal down to first base. He did not go, says Alberto Ruiz. 1-0 to Taylor. A back-breaking 6-4-3 double play to end the second inning, as well as a competitive strikeout in the 5th so far for Taylor. Missing low and away with the off-speed from Arnold, and now it's 2-0. Arnold tosses the ball over to the UNLV dugout, requests a new one. Two outs. Nin Burns at second base. A base hit would tie this thing as long as it exits the infield. Gavin Taylor knows what he has to do, doesn't want to try to do too much. This is not an instance to be a hero. Takes again. That's an excellent take on a competitive pitch up at the letters, but it's ball 3. Feel like this is almost an automatic take spot, a red light spot. Just 4 singles for UNLV today. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's up near the head of Taylor. He draws a 4-pitch walk. Moves Burns up to third, Salmon up to second. And the bases are full of Hustlin' Rebels with 2 outs for Gunnar Myro. It's a massive spot now for Myro. Just 2 at-bats in the series, both tonight. A bunt base hit and a fly out to the right fielder. Gunnar Myro, a .364 hitter this season with the bases loaded. No stranger to the clutch hit. First pitch, change-up from Arnold. It's been his calling card, is the off-speed for a strike on the first pitch. 0-1 ahead of Myro. He lifts this one out to left field. Sends the left fielder back, and he'll make the catch at the warning track. Gunnar got a whole lot of that one, but it just wasn't enough to drive in the tying runner anymore. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. The Rebels strand the bases loaded. We're through 7 full innings. Milwaukee still on top, 2-1. Hustlin' Rebel Baseball on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page, brought to you by Findlay Toyota. After the game or anytime, visit or click Findlay Auto. Findlay Toyota is the largest Toyota dealer in Nevada. Ask for John Barr. He'll do anything to sell you a car. And by Heaven Hill Brands, proud sponsor of UNLV Athletics. 2-1 the score. It's been that way since the top of the third inning. 4 consecutive full frames of scoreless baseball from both sides. Yates Bland back out for his third inning of work. He's been stellar so far through 2 strikeouts. Just the 1 base runner so far. It was a single from Joey Spence with 2 outs in the 6th. Dylan O'Connell, the center fielder, set to get things started as he takes ball 1 in the dirt from Bland. O'Connell 0 for 3 tonight, certainly a rarity for him. The .421 on base average. Yates finds the zone for strike 1. O'Connell a walk and an RBI last night. Nothing going for him so far. Takes low and it's 2-1. Infield shifted a bit to the left. And rightfully so, as this one's hit hard over the head of Gunnar Myro. Rolls all the way to the left field wall. Salmon throws in towards second, but not in time. And Dylan O'Connell picks up his first hit of the weekend, and it's a leadoff double to start things off in inning number 8. Big time clutch hit for Dylan O'Connell. Not a runner you want to have in scoring position, as possesses one of the best sets of wheels in the nation. 34 stolen bases. Milwaukee now certainly will look to find a way to plate this insurance run. Both sides have struggled to find much offensively. Dominic Kibler takes the first pitch low. Kibler's 1 for 2, a run-scoring double as well as a walk on his ledger tonight. Dylan O'Connell took a massive secondary lead, especially on that pitch in the dirt. It's going to be a huge at-bat for Gavin Taylor on the defensive side of things to make sure the ball's in front of him. Bland turns around. Picks over to short. Cooper Chef covering, but not quite at the bag. Had to finish off that pickoff attempt. Be an extremely untimely box situation for sure. Bland in the stretch. He takes a deep breath, looks in, tosses it high. 2-0 to Kibler, the catcher. Checks his wristband for the signal here. And at this point, looking to throw strikes. First base is open, so you don't need to groove one, especially to the cleanup man, but goes off speed and finds its way in the zone for strike 1. Bland uses that sweeper so effectively. It's got some serious bite to it. It's definitely a weapon on left-handed batters when you start it outside the zone like that, and it cuts right down the middle. This one elevated out to center field, sends Bussey retreating. He'll make the catch. O'Connell tags, and he'll be into third without a throw. So not a sacrifice fly, but a productive out nonetheless from Dominic Kibler. Got enough on that to advance his speedy teammate O'Connell over to third. Just 1 out. And the Panther left fielder Braden Horn steps up, looking to reverse his misfortune this weekend. 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts and a walk. And now the Hustlin' Rebel infield shifted way in towards home plate. They'll be looking to gun out O'Connell. Horn squares around to bunt, pulls it away. Bland's pitch not competitive, but Taylor keeps it in front. It's 1-0. Horn 2 strikeouts tonight in the first and third. And flying out to Reggie Bussey in the 6th. The looking to drive in the third Panther run of the evening. Takes a changeup. That's called strike one. Bland's ERA down to a 4.31 right now, looking to keep it that way by limiting the runner at third. Pitch to Horn. Sky-high pop fly to shallow right field. Burns, Rodriguez, Rosales all convening. It's dropped by Johnny Rodriguez. Very tough play. Had a lot of ground to cover, especially with the right side of the infield playing in towards home. Burns playing a bit deep too, and it falls into that Bermuda Triangle area, in which all three of those right fielder, first baseman, second baseman come in to try to make that play. Credit to Rodriguez for trusting himself, having the faith, calling it off. But that's a Willie Mays-esque play you have to make. Sticking the glove out above your head, trying to track it from behind. So it's a foul ball, and it's a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 to Horn. It's the sweeper from Bland. Trying to get that outside offering from Horn. No avail this time. Bland looking for a big strikeout. One gone, runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on, smacked over to third. Myro looks back the runner, almost able to tag him. Looks him all the way back to third, makes the throw to first in time to Rodriguez. And that's a big out, number two. Man, that one was hit extremely hard and well on the ground. Myro made a nice stab at it. I think O'Connell wasn't sure if it was going to creep through or not. Took a couple of slide steps off third base. Myro turned, almost was able to tag. Ends up making a great throw. Just the pitching coach, Jeff Opalewski, now coming out to have a word. A little bit of action. Our view from the press box over down the first baseline to the Hustlin' Rebel bullpen is obstructed by some windscreen, double layer of fencing, as well as a couple of light poles, so always hard to get insight on who's warming up, but certainly a couple of bodies have shed the warm-up jackets, getting loose. Yates Bland, he's been excellent, sitting at 43 pitches, however. Nearly perfect through 2 2/3 innings. Just 2 hits, 2 base runners allowed. One of them, Dylan O'Connell, holding court on that third base bag. It's Joey Spence now. Coming off a base hit in the 6th. He takes the first pitch high. It's off speed from Bland, and it's ball 1. 2 pop-ups prior to that single tonight for Spence. Spence was the catcher last night, a very solid backstop, and he's over at first base tonight. This one has some lift, high and deep to right center field. Nin Burns giving chase. It's off the base of the wall. Third run's going to score for Milwaukee. It's yet another double. The second double of the inning. This one scores a clutch run as O'Connell walks home from third. And the Panthers of Milwaukee lead UNLV 3-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. It's a fastball to Spence, a lefty who's
Now batting, the DH.
very solid at lifting the ball. Burns did all he could to get out there, try to track it down, but too much mustard on that high fly ball. It's a clutch double from Spence. Brings up the DH, Connor Bozak. A home run and 2 strikeouts for the Panther DH. Thinks about offering, doesn't the appeal. Yes, he did. First pitch strike for Yates Bland, who's now looking to keep the gap at 2 runs. A double from Spence, the 7th hit for Milwaukee so far tonight. Bozak awaits. That one looked great, but missed high. One and one for Yates Bland, approaching 50 pitches in this relief appearance. Spence a short lead off second. Bland checks back, then delivers the throw. This one lifted into left center field. It's over the head of Cooper Sheff. rolls into the left center field gap. It's a base hit. And it'll extend the Panthers' lead to 4-1. Connor Bozak continues his red-hot weekend series in Las Vegas. It's his second hit of the night, his second run batted in. 4 hits this weekend for Bozak, as many as the Rebels have tonight as a team. 4-1 now, and Yates Bland still out there. His leash extended just a bit. Checks over to first. Swipe tag from Johnny Rodriguez. But Bozak is safe. Now the Rebels really have their work cut out for them. 2 runs allowed thus far in the top of the 8th, both with 2 outs too. .48 pitches from Yates Bland. Trying to get that elusive third out. Keep the hope alive for the offense. This bunt perfectly laid down. Gunnar Myro struggles a bit with the exchange, but then throws over to the pitcher. Bland tags out the runner. Bozak, pardon me, was for some reason trying to extend over to third, so it's a bunt with a fielder's choice, getting Schmidt over to first, but a 5-1 putout over at third base of Bozak. It's a clutch couple hits for Milwaukee. They plate 2 on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. 4-1 Milwaukee as UNLV looks to get the bats going in the bottom half of the 8th. We're set to get things going in the bottom of the 8th. It's the top of the order for UNLV. Kicking things off is Reggie Bussey, the center fielder. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt, and every at-bat becoming so much more important. So now just 6 outs stand between the Milwaukee Panthers and picking up a series evening win on a Saturday night in Las Vegas. First pitch is a ball to Bussey. Tristan Arnold still out there. A 24-pitch 7th inning, but he was able to strain the bases loaded, picking up 2 strikeouts as well. Some clutch pitching in a high leverage situation for Tristan Arnold. 2-0 on the way to Bussey. There was a strike right down Main Street. Rosales on deck. Johnny Rodriguez in the hole, this top part of the order. It's paramount that they get things going if UNLV wants to have a chance in this one. Bussey, hard grounder to second base. Bit of an Olé play by Tate Schmidt. Pulls the glove up by the hip. Still able to corral it, makes the toss over to Spence at first. Bussey's retired for the 3rd time tonight. That brings up Marcos Rosales. Still looking for his first hit of the weekend. Rare to see that from Marcos. Came into the series hitting .335. Average now down 7 ticks to .328. First pitch slider from Arnold misses at the ankles. That's 1-0. Marcos Rosales, the only run scored so far for UNLV, and came on some heads-up base running after a walk of the DH Aiden Garcia, 2 spots behind him in the order. 2 flyouts after that for Marcos, so still getting bat to ball. Big swing and miss, foul ball, pardon me. Takes a couple hops over to the third base dugout. 2-1 hitters count for Rosales. 40 ribbies for Rosales this year. Nobody to drive in on base as it stands. Fastball misses low, and it's 3-1. Tate Schmidt, the second baseman, shaded way up in the middle of the infield, but Rosales is going to take ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Tristan Arnold, and
First baseman, number 24.
jolts some life now potentially into the UNLV lineup. Johnny Rodriguez, the big lefty, steps in. He's looking to make an impact. 0 for 3 with the strikeout thus far. The way he's able to pull the ball, a lot of times you'll see opposing defenses, at least on the infield side of things, shift over. But right now, Joey Spence holding Rosales on first, and middle infield playing straight away. So a huge hole on the right side of the infield that Rodriguez likely should be able to exploit. It's another off-speed pitch on the first pitch from Arnold, and it's taken right down the middle for strike 1. It's been highly effective for Arnold so far. Rebel batters certainly sitting fastball on the first offering. This one low in the dirt. Count even 1-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Very short lead initially from Marcos Rosales. 5 stolen bags for him so far. This one way inside, and it's off the glove of Dominic Kibler. Rosales runs all the way up to second. He's in there standing up. Seems like maybe a crossing of signals there. The pitch was on the inside part of the plate. Dominic Kibler played some first base, but he's catching tonight. Official ruling a pass ball there on the advancement for Marcos Rosales. This one high and tight to J-Rod. Brushes him off the plate a bit. And it's 2 straight batters now that have faced a 3-1 count against Tristan Arnold. A little bit of action in the Milwaukee pen down the line. 2 arms up and moving around. It's the 3-1 from Arnold, missing low again. His command is waning, evidenced by 2 straight walks. Rosales and now Rodriguez. Just like that. UNLV in an advantageous position. Aiden Garcia steps up to the plate. He represents this game's tying run. Still just 1 out, looking to avoid the ground ball and looking to jolt the offense. Here comes the infield now, meeting on the rubber all together to talk with their pitcher, Tristan Arnold. See if it's a mound visit or a pitching change. It's Sean Wegner who comes out. Typically when the head coach exits the dugout, he makes the signal, and right on cue, a signal from Sean Wegner. Tristan Arnold's day is done. He walks 2 straight Rebels. And it's a pitching change for Milwaukee here in the 8th inning. We'll get you the specifics when we come back. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 4-1 Milwaukee. Tristan Arnold's been lifted for the Panthers, and in relief, it's Camden Kunke, the 6'2" junior out of Hortonville, Wisconsin. Toes the slab and will make his 19th appearance of 2026. He has been the definition of a high-leverage reliever. 21 2/3 innings pitched, 3.74 ERA for the big righty. 22 strikeouts in those nearly 22 innings, just 10 walks. He comes in a huge spot. Marcos Rosales on second, Johnny Rodriguez on first base. Both those runners, the responsibility of Tristan Arnold. He can't close his line yet. He went an inning and a third. Aiden Garcia steps into the box, representing this game's tying run. First delivery from Camden Kunke. It's a fastball at 92. It's the fastest pitch from any Panthers so far tonight. It's on the outside corner. Camden Kunke, the sophomore, he's listed as a two-way player, a pitcher and a third baseman. Goes right back to the same spot with a fastball at 94. But this one just misses by a hair. Camden's younger brother, Turner, also on the Milwaukee roster. He's a freshman. Kunke out of the stretch, looks back at Rosales, then delivers. High fastball. Garcia tries to time it up, but a touch late. And it's 1-2 to the Rebel DH. A walk and 2 strikeouts for Aiden Garcia. .244 hitter with runners in scoring position. One of the only real critiques you could have of Garcia's season thus far. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Talk about strength on strength. 95 miles per hour right down the middle. Camden Kunke said, "Here's my best stuff. What do you got, Aiden?" Big swing and a miss from Garcia, his third strikeout in 3 straight at-bats. 2 gone, and it brings up Min Burns. Burns a base hit. Got things going momentum-wise in the 7th inning. Looking to continue that type of streak. Off-speed pitch is a changeup missing high from Kunke to Burns. Short leads from both base runners. They know runners are coming at a premium. They're not taking any risks. That pitch in the dirt, but blocked by Kibler. Rosales wise to retreat back to second base, especially with 2 outs. Certainly not the time to get cute on the base paths. And with 94 being the consistent velocity on the fastball from Camden Kunke, would be surprised to see anything else in the next couple of pitches. So he's behind 2-0 to Burns. Goes way up, elevates it. Would have been ball 3. Burns, the eyes lit up and he offered. It's 2-1. Tristan Arnold hoping to see his teammate Kunke get him out of this and a successful outing take place. Another fastball in the zone is fouled off. New ball for the pitcher, Kunke. Burns gets back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th, UNLV looking to get some offense going in the late stages. Here's the 2-2. Burns hard on the line, diving snare by Ross. The throw over to first is not in time. Burns beats it out. It's an infield single. It sends Rosales safely to third, Rodriguez safely to second. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the Hustlin' Rebels. Jack Salmon, the left fielder, 1 for 3 tonight, has a chance to play the hero. Salmon, a .500 on-base percentage this year, a .400 hitter with the bases loaded. Tying run on first base, Salmon representing the go-ahead run. The power pitcher, Camden Kunke, looking to get out of a jam. First pitch, fastball. Flips the outside corner, called strike one. Rosales on third, Rodriguez on second. Burns on first after legging out an infield single, his second hit of the night. Here's the 1-0. Salmon fouls it off. It makes its way out to the third baseman, but not before it hit the home plate. So it's 0-2 now to Jack Salmon. Opens up the options for Camden Kunke. Kunke was ahead of Nin Burns. The fastball was working. And he went with his first off-speed pitch of the outing. Burns scalded it to third. And then Grant Ross, the third baseman, just a remarkable play over at third on the very far left side of your screen. An excellent job there to limit any type of run production from UNLV. And here comes Oscar Lopez Huerta, UNLV's athletic trainer extraordinaire. He's checking out Jack Salmon after that foul ball. I assumed that the ball hit home plate after Salmon fouled it off, but looks like it made contact with the lower extremity of Salmon. He shakes it off, and he's ready to step back in the box. Short leads from all the base runners. Middle infield playing deep. Corner infield at normal depth. Here's the 0-2 from Camden Kunke. Fastball is high. Kibler tried to bring it down, but was a bit exaggerated with the frame. Salmon twirls the bat and resets. He'll see a 1-2 from Kunke. Elevated, shallow pop fly. Shallow left field coming in is Horn. He slides. Did he make the catch? He did. What a play by Braden Horn. Covers some serious acreage. A sliding catch, a tumbling catch. He did it all that time in foul territory. Remarkable stuff, and the Rebels strand the bases loaded in the 7th, and they do it again in the 8th. 4-1 Milwaukee after 8 full innings here in Las Vegas. Played 8 full innings here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium. 3 runs separating Milwaukee and UNLV. It's 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. As Camden Kunke, the reliever, came in and stranded the bases loaded for the 2nd consecutive inning. Yates Bland is done pitching today. 3 full innings in relief for Yates, and taking the ball is the left-hander L.J. Manning, making his 15th appearance of the season. The 6'2" lefty. He's a junior, and he hails from Balsam Lake, Wisconsin. They'll look to keep things where they are for UNLV, starting off with Christian Holmes, the shortstop, who cuts on and misses a fastball. LJ Manning, a 10.42 ERA in 19 innings thus far. Elevates a fastball, another swing and a miss from Holmes. 33 strikeouts in 19 innings for LJ Manning. He's a power pitcher if there ever was one. 3 straight fastballs, and Holmes fouls this one off. Holmes has 3 strikeouts thus far. 3 strikeouts last night as well. Got him looking. The first off-speed pitch of the outing from LJ Manning is spun up beautifully. Holmes goes down, and that's the golden sombrero for the Panthers shortstop. 4 at-bats, 4 strikeouts. An emphatic way to start off the visiting half of the ninth for LJ Manning. As the lineup flips back around, it's Grant Ross for the 5th time. 1 hit, it's a double in 4 at-bats. Thinks about offering on the changeup from Manning. Thinks better and holds off. It's 1-0. LJ Manning, a lot better than his numbers show. A 10.24 ERA, not indicative of who he's been as a pitcher this year. So he gets the inside fastball, called for strike 1. It's been some bad luck, but when it's just him versus the batter out there, not many base runners on, it's a thing of beauty to watch him spin it from the left side. 34 strikeouts now as Holmes falls victim to the K. And just 9 walks out of the pen for LJ. 2-1, misses high. As Grant Ross looks to find some more insurance. Curious to see if Camden Kunke is going to continue to pitch in the bottom of the 9th. Looked magnificent, to say the least, in terms of mixing up his pitches and showing off the velocity. Got all the way up to 96 at its peak on the fastball. After the foul ball, it's 3-2, and Grant Ross asks for time. It's granted by Tyler Wall, tonight's home plate umpire. Burns a bit shallow out in right field. The infield depth deep for UNLV. 3-2 pitch smacked out to right field. Burns giving chase. He'll make the catch on the full sprint out in the warning track. It's a heck of a play by Nin Burns. He has been tasked with covering a lot of ground out in right. Stymies Grant Ross right there. 4 straight at-bats, recording an out for the leadoff man for Milwaukee. 2 quick outs for LJ Manning, doing his job thus far. And with 2 outs, it's the left-handed right fielder, Charlie Marion. Takes a fastball high. Marion's 1 for 3, a base hit and a run scored, as well as a walk. Two times on base tonight, has gotten his OPS above 800 for the year, 804 for Charlie Marion. Milwaukee looking for their first ever win in program history against the Hustlin' Rebels. Currently 0-5. 2-0 pitch, a fastball, called for strike 1 for Manning. This is a very new series between these two. Milwaukee came to Earl E. Wilson Stadium for 4 games in 3 days a season ago. Marion skies this one out to left center. Jack Salmon giving some serious chase. And he'll make the grab at the hip, all the way at the wall in left center by the 375 mark. So LJ Manning does what he's tasked with. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 9th. Just 3 outs to go for UNLV. They need 3 to tie and 4 to win. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the 9th. 4-1 Milwaukee in Las Vegas. 7, 8, and 9 batters due up for UNLV with their backs against the wall. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. The pitching staff for the Panthers, certainly the storyline tonight. Eric Emke, 6 innings, nearly flawless, gave up a run, but it was unearned. Tristan Arnold did a great job through 1 in the 3rd, and the current pitcher, Camden Kunke, staying out there after a clutch end of the 8th inning, stranding the bases loaded, doing the job he was tasked with. Certainly been an excellent high-leverage reliever for head coach Sean Wegner this season. Kunke gets set to do battle with Cooper Sheff, the Rebel shortstop. A hit by pitch, a single, and a strikeout for Coop thus far. Takes the first pitch, changeup called for strike 1. Kunke able to mix and match so well. Came in to face Aiden Garcia, his first batter in the 8th, and just blew fastballs by him and was able to mix and match a lot more with the changeup. Sheff fouls this one off, falls behind 0-2 in the count. Sheff digs back in, extended pause from Camden Kunke before towing the rubber. He's ready to deliver an 0-2 pitch. Sheff goes the other way with it. Delayed takeoff, but it is just a bit foul. Once again with 2 strikes to Sheff, the opposing pitcher challenges him on the inside. Sheff really got the hands to it though on the fastball at 94. And just a split second tardy. Gavin Taylor hands him his bat from the on-deck circle, and Cooper Sheff will reset and try to do it again. Choke up a bit on the bat and get defensive with just 3 outs to go. This one in the dirt. Kunke a waste pitch for certain. Sheff got the average up to 308. 1 hit and just 2 official at-bats, 3 plate appearances. Rebels need to find a way to get the leadoff man on base. Here's the 1-2, swung on and missed. Kunke changes up on Cooper Sheff. It's a beautiful pitch, and Cooper Sheff goes down swinging for the 2nd time tonight. There's 2 outs remaining for UNLV. And it's Gavin Taylor who's tasked with getting on base. He walked with 2 outs in the 7th to load the bases. The walk would certainly do the job at this juncture. Infield shifted just a bit. Tate Schmidt, the second baseman, hugging the bag a little bit. With Christian Holmes about halfway between second and third. First pitch is a strike to Taylor. Camden Kunke now against the bottom of the Rebel lineup. Certainly feeling the confidence. So here comes his 20th pitch of the evening. There's a slider. Starts at the shoulder but breaks right down the middle, and that's just a wonderful pitch. Nothing Taylor can do but watch it for strike 2. 24 strikeouts for Kunke on the year, and just shy of 23 innings. Here's the 0-2. Now one low. Good eye from Taylor. Kunke a bit more deliberate in the 9th than he was in the 8th. Interesting contrast with the bases loaded in the 8th. Taylor fouls this one off to stay alive. Each pitch has been a bit more underneath a magnifying glass. Stepping off the mound, looking back at the wristband, making sure the call's correct, making sure he's on the same page with Kibler, his catcher. Making sure everything is picture perfect here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 delivery from Kunke to Taylor. Brushes off Taylor, sends him spinning out of the way, a high fastball. Taylor tight on the plate for sure, but it was certainly a ball. Count even 2-2. Taylor early on it, chops it foul on the ground down the third base line. It's another example of the pitch selection right there from Kunke, gaining more confidence in his non-fastball selections. Again, the first couple batters he faced, it was fastball exclusive, but he went change up there in the 2-2 count. Here's another 2-2 to Taylor. Taylor thinks about it, asks for the appeal. He didn't go, and the count runs full to Gavin Taylor. Taylor had a full count against Tristan Arnold in the 7th, was able to reach via the walk. Payoff pitch on the way from Kunke. And that's called strike 3, fastball. Gets the call. Taylor walking back to the dugout. That's his second strikeout, and the second strikeout in a row in inning number 9 for Camden Kunke. Hustlin' Rebels now down to their final out. Gunnar Myro looking to keep things alive for the offense. Myro, the first Rebel hit of this one, led off the third inning with a bunt base hit. Slider from Kunke finds the outside corner, and it's a great pitch. That's been a real sore spot for the Hustlin' Rebels today, is first pitch off speed options. They haven't been able to offer. Milwaukee taking advantage and then some. Now the changeup, and it's called for strike 2. 2 straight takes from Myro. Rebels down to their final strike. Myro looking to battle against Camden Kunke. The windup and the pitch. Outside, 95 on the gun from Kunke. Couldn't quite locate. Myro takes. Bussey on deck. He would take his 5th plate appearance if Myro were to reach. Slaps it the other way. That's a fair ball. Bounces on the line. Caroms all the way over to the corner of the field. And Gunnar Myro, 2 strike, 2 out double to keep this game alive for UNLV. Myro, so gifted at going the other way, and against a pitcher like Kunke, who just lights up the radar gun. There's 95 to the outside corner, but Myro looking for it, and he got a lot of it off the end of the bat. It's Reggie Bussey now, trying to keep things alive. He's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt tonight. Infield deep. Fastball inside, misses for ball 1. For a player like Bussey, who possesses such speed, taking a look at the shortstop, second baseman, and first baseman of Milwaukee, they're all playing pretty deep. Third baseman shallow, but that pitch goes all the way to the backstop. Brushes Bussey off. That's a wild pitch, sending Gunnar Myro up to third. If you're Kunke, you're not concerned with Gunnar Myro, at least not yet. Is the tying run, in theory, still in the on-deck circle in the form of Marcos Rosales. Bussey a bit perturbed by that pitch. No one likes to see 93 flying at your head. He had to retreat out of the way. He steps back in and awaits the 2-0 from Kunke. Fastball, called strike 1. Kunke looking to settle back in, turn his focus to Bussey. Bussey trying to extend this game. 2-1 pitch. Low in, ball 3. Bussey in a position with first base open. He can certainly take a 3-ball pitch if he doesn't like it. You'd be shocked to see an off speed from Kunke. Gets the call there on the fastball. Delayed call from Tyler Wall. Bussey is about to make his way over to first, and now it's a full count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Infield deep for Milwaukee. Myro on third. Full windup from Kunke to Bussey. Strike 3 called. Another delayed call from Tyler Wall, but it's a backwards K for Reggie Bussey, and this ball game is over. The Milwaukee Panthers claim game 2 in the series with the final of 4-1. Myro stranded at third, and Camden Kunke shuts the door. Fantastic effort from the Milwaukee pitching staff today. 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, 7 runners left for Milwaukee. For UNLV, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, and 9 left. Winning pitcher, Eric Emke. He goes to 3-5, and the losing pitcher, Carson Lane, will move to 1-4. And it's a tough loss for Carson. One of his better outings of the 2026 season. Just 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Excellent job from Carson Lane. And Camden Kunke, the story of the late innings. His velocity mixed with his pitch selection carried Milwaukee to victory at the end. He picks up his 3rd save of the season. Played this game in front of 624 faithful fans here at Earl E. Wilson Stadium in 2 hours and 59 minutes. Back-to-back sub-3-hour games here at the Earl. Once again, Milwaukee winning this one 4-1. Milwaukee taking their first ever contest on the baseball diamond against the UNLV Hustlin' Rebels. The all-time series moves to 5-1 in favor of UNLV. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate your viewership as always. The rubber match tomorrow, taking place at 11:05. A matinee start shifted back for travel reasons for Milwaukee, and I won't be here. You'll be joined by my typical volleyball partner and UNLV Lady Rebel and softball play-by-play extraordinaire, Wyatt Tomczyk. Should be an exciting one to say the least. UNLV taking on Milwaukee tomorrow at 11:05. Tough one for the Rebels. Big historic win for Milwaukee. They move to 16-28 with the win. UNLV fall to 25-21 with the loss. Once again, the rubber match tomorrow. Milwaukee and UNLV, 11:05 on Sunday, May 3rd. Join Wyatt Tomczyk here on the UNLV Athletics YouTube page. Once again, your final here from Earl E. Wilson Stadium. Milwaukee 4, UNLV 1. I've been Drew Neverett. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a lovely rest of your weekend.